What is going on, nigga? We back at it again with some more Return of the Fallen Gods and tight beat, bro. Gogeta was the last episode, you know what I mean? Gogeta versus this damn Pokemon, Grizzlor. And Broly being third imposter, you know what I'm saying? Still sabotaging and whatnot, bro. No, Broly, don't make us put you down again, bro. Give you more PTSD and TTE, you know what I'm saying? Don't make us do it. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no issue. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I think this is the conclusion for this arc, for this saga. So yeah, Grizzlor put them hands up. You know what I'm saying? About to see Ultra Instinct Gogeta. I cannot wait to see it. I'm telling you, one of these days we will actually see it. Saying in the actual manga, ever that shit comes back, whenever. Oh my god, bro, hurry up! I just want to see some new shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Thank God for you know what I'm saying, everybody who doing fan mangas, animations, and all that. Yeah, keeping the fandom alive. Like they always been for years, even before this shit. But yeah, I'm rambling. Anyway, hit with up the like, comment down below, subscribe, all that good job. 43K, subscribe, hit the bell. Up on Patreon, Twitch, and the game channel, link in the description down below. Of course, subscribe to Alex. 2 million subscribers. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? W ratio. Anyway, dive on in. Is that loud?
As our story now continues following the initial events involving Universe 17's
this nigga Broly, bro, still on go. Ooh, look at that shockwave. God damn.
And Gogeta, as with Grizzlor already assuming a premature victory and having to assume that he had beaten Gogeta, with Broly being shown having to make his way towards him, was when Grizzlor
he thought
to respond. So you're still itching for more now, are you? Well, go ahead and come and give me your absolute best, because just like your
you gotta get that man the CTE, man.
Having to crush before your very eyes, I'll make sure that you are next to go, Saiyan. To which moments later, with Broly then having to be shown colliding with Grizzlor and creating a shockwave all throughout the landscape, was when Angel then went on to chime in. And I see. Now, since Lord Grizzlor's attention appears to be entirely focused on Broly, despite with his
he doesn't know
being both formidable and surprising to Lord Grizzlor, I however fear that Lord Grizzlor may in fact be overlooking a far greater threat to him that looms. For it isn't Broly that Lord Grizzlor ought to be solely focused on within the moment, but rather the fusion that awaits above. And as I fear that if Lord Grizzlor doesn't redirect his attention and ensures that both targets are defeated and defeated for good, then I'm afraid his battle is still very far from being over while being completely unaware of what waits for him above. To which it was only upon with Grizzlor shown having to uppercut Broly in the face before having to knock Grizzlor then went on to quickly respond. You see, did I not warn you that this was going to be what would happen the more you continue to try and engage?
Then he backhand his ass? Oh my god.
Because if you honestly think that the pain is going to stop there, then just like your ally had assumed, you are in for a very rude awakening the longer our battle continues to be waged.
Alright.
While I hate to interrupt your battle against Broly, Angel Jinrei then went on to quickly intervene. I do want to quickly interject myself here and say that I don't think that you should solely be focusing your battle here on the ground, Lord Grizzlor, for I do fear that you might be overlooking something very important that you may not be noticing within the moment. As Grizzlor went on to then stop himself by then turning around and responding, What are you talking about, Jinrei? What are you saying that I happen to be overlooking that is more important than the battle that is being shown taking place here in front of me?
Look
what
up!
I mean is that your focus ought to be with what is above rather than what is shown here below, for I want you to go and look a little closer at the result of what was shown taking place involving the Saiyan's fusion, for I don't believe that they are truly finished with you just yet, and so can you sense that too, my lord?
No, they're not.
Then went on to look on up by then responding, and what exactly do you mean, Jinrei? For I am not able to sense anything coming from up there. Wait.
Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
Able to hold out against both of my attacks like this, along with Broly's additional blast that was added on top of my own, for they should be dead. But then it was only shockingly enough through the smoke, as Gogeta in fact did prove to not only still be alive, but also
looking down on your goofy ass.
A brand new amalgamated power that combined the strengths of both Goku and Vegeta into one, as Gogeta then went on to quickly respond. While you were quick to declare your victory over me by assuming that your attack would have been powerful enough to already destroy me, you went and made one very crucial error in your judgment along the way, Destroyer.
Tell him again.
Failed to take into account the power that I bear, because now that I have taken Goku's instinctual evasion and combined it with Vegeta's destructive might,
oh dear God,
standing before you now
he using both. He using both. Oh dear, sweet baby Jesus, put them hands up, nigga. I thought I could use this ultra instinct.
But a synthesis of the ultimate offensive and defensive powers merged into one. And while I can only maintain such a level and limiting myself to having to evolve any further than what my fusion timer can allow for me to handle, you
unfortunately
find out that I will not be as easy to go and engage against as you've recently
goddamn forts, man.
Destroyer. And now that I can see on just how difficult you truly are to deal with in battle after momentarily having to battle you, you can go and set aside any hope that you may have had in defeating me, because now that I'm fully aware on just how strong and just how dangerous you can truly be by even going as far as to rival our Super Saiyan Blue form, what you will experience here and now will be far more than your body will be able to handle. And in case
look at that man, the beats.
Gogeta continues, you can just go and refer to this as my Ultra Destroyer form, and despite the reduced time limit due to our immense power output, however much time
Ultra Destroyer, huh?
go and deal with you will be more than enough time for us to go and knock you out as a result of our up and coming and final confrontation, God of Destruction.
But quit the yapping then.
To go and deal with before, given how you and I were nearly shown having to be relative in strength.
He using both, bro. I thought this was gonna be just using one.
Chance of coming close and stopping what I am.
Oh my God.
And so I will hereby go and give you one final chance. Give up and cease this pointless battle between
Bend
us
the knee.
now, or face annihilation. So it's
Bend the
your
knee.
move. Now what's it going to be? As Grizzlor went on to then look on up in shock by then responding, wait, you went and did what now? But
yeah.
How are you able to not only endure what it was that I was just shown throwing your way, but also managing to find a way to combine the Saiyan's Ultra forms into now being able to use Ultra Instinct as your base, with the power of a Destroyer as your offensive counter? Grizzlor questions.
You're not built like us, bro.
No way that what you are saying is to be taken as true, and that is because your mortal body would have already shattered under the extreme weight of the levels in which you are trying to bear, so that's impossible. Well, if you're still in denial about what it was that I had just mentioned
bro,
to you, Gogeta
shit.
went on to respond upon Broly being shown rubbing his chin and looking on up, then I welcome you to try and call our bluff if that's what you think this is, and I'll be more than happy to prove you wrong upon the moment I show you, Destroyer. To which Grizzlor was looking to accept, because with
Nigga
Grizzlor
said
then
bet.
shown having to channel 2 Hakai orbs once again within his palms was when Grizzlor then went on to continue, why, you disrespectful mortals, try and call your bluff only to prove me wrong, huh? Well, so be it then, because I highly doubt that your miserable fusion will be strong enough to go and endure the same onslaught again.
But
Not only will I go on to overwhelm you both once more, but this time around I'm going to make sure
he don't know.
that I hit you
He don't know
with
he in
enough
danger.
force that you will never go and speak to me like that again. And if you haven't learned your lesson by now, then maybe this ought to finish you off, mortals.
Hakai!
Newly resurrected destroyers are filled with such pride and blinded conviction that you fail to understand that times have changed, Gogeta responds. But since you cannot seem to want to accept the reality of what you're currently up against here, Destroyer, then maybe this ought to open your eyes to see the truth behind my power and why you will never be strong enough to overtake it, especially so as long as I continue to wield it in battle against you, God of Destruction. So even while you attempt to try your hand at directly having to go against me, Gogeta went on to then hug Grizzlor's attacks, let this be what serves as one of many of the examples that I will show you.
He's still looking
why you
up.
will never muster the necessary power that is needed to overtake what I've become. And
That
since
nigga
your
still
anger towards
looking
us has
up,
blinded
bro.
you to the truth of the reality that stands before you, Gogeta went on to then blitz his way down. Maybe now is a better time than any other for me to go and show you on exactly what it is that I mean when I say that you have no chance.
No chance.
My word, Gogeta's movements
No
are
chance in
absolutely
hell.
astonishing, Angel Jinrei went on to oversee as Gogeta went on to Grizzlor's second attack. For it is clear that Gogeta's mastery of Goku's Ultra Instinct is allowing for him to move with incredible precision, but what's even more astounding from what I can see is Gogeta's ability to switch in and out of using Vegeta's Ultra Ego within the blink of an eye, which is truly beginning to look as though it's starting to slowly take its toll on Lord Grizzlor, for this combination is proving to be far
right in the
too
sternum.
overwhelming for Lord Grizzlor to bear within the moment, but
Nah, he
even
felt
now,
that.
I wonder on what Lord Grizzlor's last result is going to be if he simply cannot overpower the fusion and is left with no other reserves left. Jinrei questions. And because
he
of
felt
Broly
that,
now
bro.
having to be shown jumping back into the fray, Jinrei continues. This
Man,
doesn't truly appear
put
to
him-
be favoring
take him down.
Lord Grizzlor in any sort of way that he was
Broly.
expecting for it to be, to which upon as
Don't
Broly
do
was
that.
shown attempting to attack Gogeta, it was only once again made painfully clear that Gogeta really didn't want to engage against Broly, but instead tried to talk Broly out of this, as Gogeta then went on to dodge Broly's attacks by responding.
Weave.
I tried warning you several times over, but you just didn't want to go and listen, and while your mind appears to be clouded by rage, I know that you can hear me in there, Broly, and while I can see that even you appear to be very surprised by the outcome of what is shown taking place before you, Angel, and I can assure you that even with my time shortened, I will still go on to defeat your god of destruction and revert
he talking
Broly back
shit.
to his calm state of mind before my fusion is over.
Okay, show us
I
then.
stand before you and asking you to once again cease your attacks and stand down, Gogeta continues. And I know that you aren't going to listen, and because I know that you simply aren't going to listen to anything that I'm
CTE,
saying,
nigga.
then you simply leave me with no other choice but to make you listen, Broly. And then so you can try as many times and try as hard as you'd like, Gogeta continues, but without proper control over your power and without the ability to focus in and evolve yourself in ways which would be more proactive towards our cause, then you will never be able to break free of this curse if you continue to allow for this anger and for this rage to swallow you whole, Broly. And
Nah,
so now
facts.
wake up and snap out of this mindset that is keeping you prisoner within
Ooh, the
your
back of the
own
temple?
body, Broly.
Damn.
For I know that you've been watching, and I know
CTE,
that you've been paying
nigga.
attention while dealing with these newly resurrected destroyers. And so now go and get it together, or you will be destroyed in the process. Gogeta went on to knock Broly down. And so now what's it going to be? Because if you continue to try and engage with me, Gogeta continues, then I am going to either knock you out or you will die. And so now
Oh,
what
shit.
are you going
What you
to
gonna do?
choose to do? For I'm not going to go and warn you again. Do you hear me, Broly? And so you better be glad that I'm not giving it my all against you, otherwise you would have been destroyed. For I am not your enemy in this fight, nor do I want to be forced into doing this, and so now hurry it up and try to snap at. But then, it was only just then from out of nowhere, with Destroyer Grizzlor being shown having to appear behind Gogeta and wrapping Gogeta up in a bear hug, was when
Bear
Grizzlor
hug.
went on to quickly respond. The only one who is going to find themselves snapping here is going to be you, mortal, for how dare you go and turn your back to me? For I don't care about who you are or what kind of power you claim to have, for no one lays their hands on me and lives to walk away to talk about it, Fusion.
Who gonna tell 'em?
Especially not you, that much I will promise. And so go ahead and try to resist, because I'm going to squeeze the life out of that body of yours before I go and devour it whole. Yes, that's right. And so which one of us would you want to go and start the countdown here? Because I'm not letting go of you until I know that you are dead. But it was only
Yeah, about that.
Grizzlor went on to then look out into the distance and seeing Broly charge up for an energy blast with
Oh,
his
shit.
mouth, when Grizzlor then went
Well.
on to continue. Oh, now what? And just what are you looking at, Saiyan?
Looking at him.
What are you gazing at me like that for? Thinking about saving your dear old fusion, are you? With Gogeta responding, oh yeah, I know that look, and it
I'm about
is
to air this
you
bitch
when
out.
He's looking to come to our aid, but instead Gogeta went on to then quickly spin around. Well, you're about to go and find out the hard way is what I mean, Destroyer. And
He turned his back on that nigga. Damn, hold that nigga.
because even with Grizzlor refusing
Blew his
to
back
let go
out.
of Gogeta, as Broly had gone as far as to unleash his mouth blast and having to catch Grizzlor from behind, was when Jinrei then went on to chime back in. How very cunning of that fusion to go and use Lord Grizzlor's massive size and weight against him, and to
Ooh.
have him be used as a shield like
Damn.
this. And as I I feared that something like this would ultimately go and happen, but I truly didn't expect for the odds that were stacked up against Lord Grizzlor to come from Universe 7 of all places, but alas it did, Generate continues. And while the Saiyans, even despite with Broly not fully working alongside Gogeta, continue to attack and stay on Lord Grizzlor.
Damn, they get that nigga the beats.
17's God of Destruction continues without Lord Grizzlor's ability to counter the
elbow to the back of the
unfortunately do not see him being able to endure much more of this unless something drastic and sudden were to somehow occur.
That damn Freezer gonna fucking
momentarily after Grizzlor went down, as Broly was then shown having to dash at Gogeta yet again, was when Gogeta went on to then respond. It surprises me to no end to see that despite how many times I try to warn you to stay away from me, you still continue to try.
Stay away.
After having to explain to you that I am not your enemy here, Broly. But if you are that desperate for a reminder and allowing for me to go and show you on where you stand when facing across from me, Gogeta went on to then counter Broly's strike by responding. Then I
not that Millie Rock. Not that Millie Rock.
Exactly why I am everything that you fear, and while I know that there is a part of you deep down that can hear me, I just want you to know that this ends now. And so I am done handing out any more chances, and so this ought to warrant you off a while I go handle business in the meantime and finish this fight while I still have the time. And while I attempted to warn you several times over not to engage against me, Gogeta went on to then toss Broly onto the side. If you go and try to attack me like that again, then I'll make sure that it'll be the last time that you ever do. And so just do what you know is right and stay out of my way, Broly. And now Gogeta then went on to quickly charge up for a massive Kamehameha. No matter how big you are or how strong you claim for yourself to be, I'll make sure that your rampage against us ends with this. You will never be strong enough to muster the power that is needed to break my
come on, timer, please, timer, for once in your life, do not, come on, please.
You will be crushed by the fruits of your own failure. And
Nick, please, for the love of God, do not split.
To where shockingly enough, as Broly went on to
he feeling it.
His ribs and suddenly having to acknowledge the overall situation was when Broly then went on to utter that attack. I remember that attack from a long time ago.
That shit almost took you off the census.
Despite Gogeta unleashing a devastating and massive
oh my God.
Also shown having to erase the attack at the same time while having to crash through it was when Jinrei then went on to chime back in. Now, as much as I admire the effort that these Saiyans were shown putting into trying to beat Lord Grizzlor, I do believe that it was a mistake for Lord Grizzlor to engage against Gogeta like this, but it's a call that just simply had to be made. To which it was only then with the gigantic explosion then being shown taking place with Gogeta being shown having to also shield himself was when Gogeta then went on to quickly chime back in. Oh, there, a direct strike, for he didn't even try to avoid it, but instead went right into it. And so, did it actually work is the question, because there is no way that he should still be able to still be shown standing after taking that caliber head on the way he did. And so, did it work? Wait, Gogeta then went on to quickly continue. I think I'm able to see him. Yes, there he is. And by the looks
of it, he
doesn't appear to be in any sort of condition to continue with this any further. And so, does this mean that he's down for good?
Hit him again.
Momentarily just stunned and is planning to continue, to which as Gogeta was then shown powering back down to his base form was when Gogeta then went on to continue. Oh man, what a battle. For that God of Destruction wasn't letting up no matter what it was that we went and tried against him, but in the end, I'm glad that this is all finally over with, and
hit him again.
We've reverted back down to our base level, which more than likely means that our final Kamehameha must have drained the final bits of time that our fusion had remaining.
Oh shit. Hey nigga, you good?
We're going to separate at any given moment, Gogeta continues. But is it really over is the question, for I must be sure, because I can't just go on and take any chances while we're still fused. But
no, dead ass.
Only just upon with Angel Jinrei being shown getting in between both Grizzlor, Gogeta, and Broly was when Jinrei went on to then stick his arm out behind them by then responding, whatever you're about to go and do, I would encourage for you to not follow through on, as I will hereby go and handle the situation myself and ask that you all stay back in the meantime.
Broly, you good? good, bro? Why you got me on my shoulder, nigga?
Condition currently is. For I will ensure to inform you all of what comes out of this once I am sure of the results behind your actions, and so please remain where you are. But surprisingly enough, just when Gogeta had assumed that this was all over and done with was when Broly had appeared from out of nowhere by grabbing onto Gogeta by the back of the shoulder, as Gogeta then went on to respond, "What the? Oh wait, you're still standing without falling back down to your base yet? Now just hold on for just a moment, alright Broly, because we can Fusion Warrior Gogeta," Broly went on to then utter. "Thank you, I remember you, and I remember what you said," Broly went on to then shake Gogeta's hand forcefully. "Whoa, no way," Gogeta went on to then quickly respond upon being shown shaking Broly's hand.
He spoke.
"You can actually talk while in that form, but since when were you able to go and do that? Because typically you're just out of your mind insane, and so this is new to me, but oh sure, I'm glad that we were able to, well, remind you of when we did." But then it was only from out of nowhere, with Goku and Vegeta then shown having to separate as Broly went on to then power back down to his base form, was when Vegeta
he felt that shot in his ribs.
What the heck just happened? Wait, I'm me again. Our fusion had completely worn out, with Goku responding, "Whoa, it did. How long was that? Like maybe 6 or 7 minutes? Because, well, that felt really fast, didn't it? And hey, look, it's Broly. Are you okay, Broly? Because you don't look too good. And so I hope
put that boy in the beats.
Didn't hurt you that bad now, did it? Because you know that deep down we really didn't mean to hurt you, you know?" With Broly responding, "I think I'll be alright, but my ribs, I think they're broken because I was able to hear you from within, and so thank you for sparing my life." As Angel Generate went on
This
to
nigga sleep.
oversee Grizzlor down below by them responding, "Well, from what I'm able to gather together following your initial battle and devastating final attack against Lord Grizzlor, it would only now appear as though you have inadvertently knocked him out into going straight back into his hibernation." With Vegeta questioning, "Wait, say what now? He's completely out cold? Indefinitely? So we managed to lay him out to the point where he slipped and fell straight into sleeping from
Nigga
that?
in a coma.
So, he isn't going to be standing back up somehow and wanting to eat us now, does he?" With Jinrei responding, "Now while I understand your notions of curiosity and concern surrounding what may come out of this very surprising yet interesting situation, and especially when considering that this has never happened to Lord Grizzlor before, you may all now rest assured that Lord Grizzlor will not be engaging against the three of you while in this current state that he is in. For he is only now resting and shall remain this way for the time being. However, in the meantime, I would like to go and have a word with the three of you, and so you will all stay right where you all currently are, so that I may address you along with your actions along the way here today."
That nigga slump.
While in the meantime, when then having to venture on back
That
into
nigga gone, man.
Seeing as to how Whis, Beerus, and Gohan
Hey.
arrived back onto Beerus's planet, was when Whis went on to then chime back in, and there we are now, home sweet home, am I right?
Yeah, the results of their training, the fruits of their labor.
Training session as well, Whis continues. "For I would be lying if I said that the two of you didn't already have me by the edge of my seat, but in the end, I am very glad that you were both able to pass." With Beerus having to then chime in, "Yes, and while I second on the idea of bringing Goku's son along to train alongside me, as good of a battle as it was, don't forget about the agreement that we had made to keep the results of our battle between us until further notice, Whis." Well, yes, no, but of course.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You gotta keep that a secret for right now, you know what I'm saying? For the shock value. Quick. They just don't know. Gohan is the strongest mortal right now. They just don't know. Oh my god.
Sure that the results of both of you
Who won the fight though?
Such power will more than
Did we see who won the fight?
the others to also go and do the same.
No, I don't think we did.
My lord. Hey Whis, I have a small request to make if it's not too much to ask for. Gohan went on to then question, and as I wanted to go and see if you could maybe change my outfit by giving me something new that blends together the outfits of my past that involve Piccolo and my father's, and so could you maybe just go and do that for me? With Whis responding, "A new outfit that blends together the history of your master masters, do you? Well, alright then. Now let's just go and see on what we can go and come up with then, shall we? And so while I may have a bit of an understanding as to why you want to go and change the design of your outfit, and I do in fact actually believe that this ought to be a new and refreshing take on your image, and especially when considering your newly unlocked powers, that is. And so there you go, to which as Gohan's outfit was now shown completely changing, it was only just as Gohan was then shown having to gain this new outfit by Whis was when Whis went on to then continue, and there, as I do find this blend of colors to be far more better suiting for you now that you're the strongest mortal among all those who exist within Universe 7.
As I just said.
For now, of course, until the other wind of what you had undergone, but alas, here is
once they, oh my god. Once Goku, Vegeta, oh my god, especially Vegeta, Lord have mercy, and they're gonna say, huh? This half-breed, he ain't gonna be disbelief, low-key, probably. Oh man, why y'all been going out here fighting these guys, bro? Niggas been training.
your new outfit, and so what do you think? With Gohan responding,
to my shoes.
I didn't think that it would honestly look this good, but I'm glad that you were able to forge something that looks just as great as what you just made, Whis. So it just truly.
I gotta see that. I gotta see it in color.
I also do have another question to ask you that relates to my dad and the others, actually. So would you happen to know on where they all currently are, and if so, then would it? At
least I got rid of them goddamn them Piccolo 7s.
They are all currently inside of Gohan questions. And I just want to go and check in with all of them, just in case they are all in need of some kind of assistance wherever they may be. As Beerus then went on to chime in,
like they don't know about Beast Gohan yet.
Go and bring him wherever those other Saiyans happen to currently be within the moment, while you and I handle other businesses in the meantime, Whis. And so where do they happen to be within the moment? As Whis went on to then respond, well, if you insist. And so now let's see. Well, that's odd, for they no longer appear to be within Universe 16, but instead, well, they all happen to be waging a battle against Lord Grizzlor in Universe 17 at the moment, Whis continues. And by the looks of it, from what I can see, it would now seem as though their battle against Lord Grizzlor is now over. And so if it is, then that's where I'll be sending you, Whis went on to then point out his staff by responding.
Good looks.
And so all right now, for I wish you well on your journey on going and getting them all back, but, well, do please be careful and try not to get yourself along with the others destroyed if something were to go wrong. As Gohan then went on to respond, you can
destroyed.
count on me, Whis, and with my newly evolved power in my back pocket, and I'll make sure that nothing goes wrong in bringing everyone back here. And so thank
you feel me?
To which as Whis was then shown sending Gohan off into Universe 17, it was only just as Whis and Beerus were beginning to gaze on up and seeing Gohan leave was when Whis went on to then continue, oh, and off he goes, for I do hope that the others aren't in a position where
Adios.
they need Gohan's help,
Gohan.
but, well, I do have that feeling that they have already engaged against Lord Grizzlor by now. But what do you say we go and grab a bite to eat in the meantime, Lord Beerus? With Beerus responding, no, I'm not in the mood to eat anything, actually.
That nigga want blood. The music. The music. Where we going? Universe 13?
Need for you to go and do, Whis. I want you to go and get approval from the Grand Minister in allowing me to have my rematch against Universe 16's God of Destruction, Reno, along with who.
He about to dog walk that nigga, bro. He about that nigga. Look that nigga face, bro. That nigga said, nah, fuck food, nigga. For once in my life, fuck the food. I want smoke. Ah, no. I want vengeance.
Whoever else wishes to settle their differences with me, Beerus.
Oh, shit.
For it's time to settle an
Everybody,
score, and the score
all
has
of them
been bothering me ever since it happened.
Reno, Cobras, Gardox. But Ferris, he not really on shit. So, yeah. Grizzlor, wake your big ass up. I got a Sasquatch name. But yeah, you too, nigga. Oh, man.
And so I want you to go and take me to Lord Reno's universe as soon as you are given approval by the Grand Minister.
Oh, it is.
I have not forgotten about the humiliation of my defeat by his hands, as this time around I plan on having things end much differently than how they previously did, as I am going to remember on who I am.
Yes.
And while the defeat I suffered is but a blemish that must be corrected with my training completed, the power that that I now possess will make him tremble in wishing that he had never went and made the mistake that he did.
Oh my
As I
God.
will force him to remember my strength, for he will pay for every moment of my humiliation that I had to suffer by his hand. And so now go and do what you must.
I like the
once
music in
you
the
do,
background.
Beerus went on to then add, I want you to go and take me into Universe 13 at once, for the time has finally arrived. As it was only right then and there now, during that moment, where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of the resurrected fallen gods of destruction.
Like hell it is. About to go to start the other one. You know what I'm saying? Hold up, I want to see the Gohan. Beerus. Yeah. Huh? Oh, Gohan fit. Oh. Nope. Damn it. I want to see the Gohan fit. Damn. Oh well. Time to go to the next one. Time to go to the next one. Enter universe. Wait, what? Enter into universe 18. Sasquatch. That would be the Sasquatch. Sasquatch.
As our story now opens up following the initial events of Universe 17's God of Destruction Grizzlor being shown waging battle against Broly, Goku, and Vegeta, to where with our heroes shown having to
Ginger Ale.
their breath following their initial engagement against Grizzlor, was when Angel Jinrei was then shown having to approach their vicinity by then responding, you know, I never thought that I would ever live to see the day where Lord Grizzlor would have been bested in battle by anyone, let alone for it to have come by the hands of mortal warriors, for your resilience against Lord Grizzlor was quite astonishing, Jinrei continues, but what's even more impressive was to see you all go as far as you did in using your fusion as your go-to method in besting Lord Grizzlor, which again isn't an easy thing for anyone, including other destroyers, to go and simply do. However, Saiyans, while you are all formidable contenders within your own unique ways, your fusion along with your ability to briefly combine your ultra powers together was ultimately what did the trick, Jinrei adds.
Of course.
I was able to watch you both swap in and out of using your so-called ultra instinct and ultra ego powers moments before you made contact, and I must say that you have earned my respect, along with, I'm sure, the respect of Lord Grizzlor if he was awake to go and address you. But while the two of you who went and fused were formidable while standing together as one, you, on the other hand, Broly, well, you were another eye-opener that we did not foresee having to play out, especially after you had went and transformed the way you did.
You goddamn right.
Of Goku and Vegeta's ability to wield the power of the gods on their own, and even while using fusion to go and do it, you, on the other hand, possess a far more explosive and dangerously furious power, the likes of which can only be compared to that of a destroyer's power, except while you lack the ability to control it, you had still—
All I'm saying is, bro, do not give this nigga God key. I'm telling you, Broly already a demon without God key. Not give this nigga God key, bro. It's gonna be up for these niggas. Oh my God, you guys, them boys going to stay training.
Grizzlor a good run for his money, and so you
Gohan pulling up.
that you did, Saiyan, as
Suddenly Gohan
quickly respond, power compared to a god? Well, thank you. But then it was only suddenly from out of nowhere, as a massive beam of light was shown having to crash on down, was when Vegeta had gone as far as to turn his head by then shouting, hey, wait, and just what in the world was that just now?
Relax, my prince.
It's another one of those destroyers again who came looking to pick a fight with us, damn it. Well, no, for that doesn't appear to be the energy of a god of destruction that touched down, but instead, Jinrei responds, judging of course based on what I can sense, it would only seem as though this creature just so happens to come from Lord Beerus's universe as well. And likely another one of your mortal allies from Universe 7, of course, and as it looks as though the three of you finally have some company after all, as Vegeta then went on to quickly respond,
hey, yeah, what's up, guys?
Now that's Gohan. Gohan, but
Yeah.
just how in the world was he able to travel here like that? Unless it was maybe Whis who was the one who went and brought him here, but just look at him, Goku responds. He looks really different somehow.
I have no idea.
So it looks like Whis was right about where you guys were after all, but wait, is that what I think it is behind you all? Surely that can't be now, could it? Is that Universe 17's God of Destruction that's just laid out on the ground behind you guys?
Goddamn right. Slump.
Were you guys responsible for that? Because that's a little scary to see.
Put that boy to sleep.
Goku then went on to respond, well, it's good to see you again, son, but yeah, it's kind of a long story, but we had it out with Lord Grizzlor for just about an hour now, and well, he's knocked out cold for the time being. As Gohan then went on to respond, wait, hold on, did you just say we as in all of you, including Broly too?
Hey, bro, we was fighting for our life, man. That nigga was built different. That nigga said, hour? God damn. Like that nigga for an hour, bro, must have felt like an eternity, bro. Oh my God.
All at war with that one destroyer for just about an hour? Well,
he was built different.
Well, I can see on why, because you guys all look pretty banged up, you know, but I'm glad that I came at the perfect time then, Gohan says. Because I could only go and imagine on how difficult fighting that god over there must have been. But wait, so if Universe 17's God of Destruction is out cold, then does that mean that we are all going to go home now? Because I wouldn't see as to why we wouldn't, right everyone? Or did I just happen to get in the way of something in the Alright, Vegeta then went on to quickly interrupt Gohan by responding. I think it's pretty obvious by now that something's changed because your presence is unmistakable the moment you had arrived, Vegeta says. And we can sense that you have grown far stronger than how you were shown having to be previously. And so what exactly did you do? Who did you quick. This much? Because if that outfit of yours wasn't already a dead giveaway, then your power certainly was, and so now start talking and don't
they both looking at that nigga like that, bro.
You don't know what I'm talking about either, because that isn't going to work and you know it. And so what happened? With Goku chiming in, I'm with Vegeta on this one, Gohan, because I've never seen you wear anything like that before, but what's even more notable is that your power level, even while in your base, is massive compared to what it was before. And
y'all
so
just don't know.
Was this a result of your training with Piccolo back on Earth or something? Or did you
Piccolo.
and Piccolo manage to go and undergo a different form of training that resulted in what we're seeing now? As Gohan then went on to respond, wait, is my power level really that noticeable? Because surprisingly, it wasn't Piccolo who I was training with this time around, but instead, I was actually
the fuck is that behind you, fam?
Beerus, and truthfully, training alongside Lord Beerus was unlike anything that I was ever shown having to experience before, and his methods, along with the two of us being assisted by one of Whis' older brothers named Valko, was extremely
the general.
Gohan continues, but because we were able to train under the watchful eye of Valko, who specializes in angelic training for young rookies, had paid off, and so you should go and see on how much Lord Beerus has improved too, because I wasn't the only one that was able to evolve my powers while training, as it was only while we were both training with each other where we went on to discover something that was far greater than either one of us had thought was previously possible, and therefore, not only was I able to evolve myself into discovering a far greater level of power than I was ever shown having to have wielded before, but Beerus was also able to evolve himself, so much so that he's almost unrecognizable when he transforms, Gohan continues. And while I know that all of this sounds pretty crazy, but to be quite honest with you all, training under Lord Beerus for the first time the way I was had really opened my eyes to a lot of things that I honestly wasn't fully aware of before our training, and so I'm glad. Wait a second.
He's just so he's just so cool.
The entire time while we've been away, you've been off training with Lord Beerus instead?
Goddamn right.
Come to be if Lord Beerus only ever had given us time to train myself, Vegeta questions. For it would explain the sudden change that we sense that's coming from you, but still. And what was this that you had mentioned about discovering a new power, with Goku chiming back in? Incredible, for I never would have imagined that Lord Beerus would go and show any real interest to go and train anyone else if it's not Vegeta or myself, but I'm also curious about what you had just mentioned too, true, and so are you saying that both you and Lord Beerus have managed to obtain and unlock some kind of a new transformation or something? And if so, then what exactly is it? But
all in due time, Dad. All in due time.
As a mysterious
Angel
portal
Rumi.
to open up with Universe 18's Angel being shown standing across from it was when Angel Rumi then went on to respond, "Ah yes, for it would appear as though Lord Primos' suspicion of Beerus' to be here was in fact proven to be true after all. Oh, I'm sorry, for I hope I'm not interrupting anything by being here now, am I? Because
you kinda
I
are.
surely hope not, of course," with the Jinrei responding, "Sister Rumi, well this is quite unexpected for you to just suddenly drop in and show your face like this from out of nowhere. And what do I owe you the pleasure since you are already here?" Jinrei questions, with Goku chiming back in.
He's a guy healed.
I remember her, don't you, Broly? She's that angel attendant from the 18th universe who was accompanied by that one destroyer.
That damn Sasquatch.
Really didn't like you all that much if you remember, but what
he did not like that nigga.
Here, and how did she even know that we were in this universe to begin with? With Vegeta responding, "Well, I think it's fairly obvious as to why she's here, Kakarot, because if you haven't already noticed by now, they all seem to want a piece of us, which likely means that word must have spread of our conflicts with these other destroyers around, and so now because it did, this one here now wants in on all of the action between us too." Well, before I go and do anything else, Angel Jinrei went on to point out his staff by healing Goku, Vegeta, and Broly all of a sudden by responding, "I would advise for you all to go and take your leave now, since I'm sure that Lord Primos is already more than interested in confronting you all, and so to ensure that your burdens are kept with you, I will hereby go and heal you all, so that way you may all go and take your leave in one piece."
Get a little small little Zenkai.
To awaken and see you all still standing here. And because of this, it would be wise for you to listen to what it is that Rumi has to say and follow her instructions. And so what exactly is all of this about then? Gohan went on to approach Rumi by asking, because I know that you didn't just appear from out of nowhere just to go and congratulate everyone, Angel.
Damn Skippy.
So what exactly is all of this truly all about? With Rumi responding, "Well, if you really want to know, then I will spare you more along with the details after you agree to come with me, but I do want to say that I bring a message from Lord Primos of Universe 18, for not only is he fully aware of the incredible battles that you have all went and waged against some of the newly resurrected gods of destruction,
yeah, I'm saying we all got our W's.
also wishes to explain more of this to you face to face," with Goku then having to question, "Sounds like a fight to me, but what do you guys think? Should we all go and find out as to what it is that he wants, or should we maybe just go and decline his offer and turn the other way? Because truthfully, I'll be honest here, I'm kind of curious to go and see as to what he wants, you know?" With Vegeta responding, "Well, of course he's looking for a fight, because thus far all of them have, Kakarot.
Dead
The
ass.
question now is, would it be worth the trouble of going into this universe?" With Broly then surprisingly having to respond, "If this is the same destroyer that I'm thinking of, then I will go, because I'm headed in."
He won't smoke with that nigga.
"Hey, hold on there for just a second, alright? Are you sure that you want to go through with this and head inside? Because honestly, we really wouldn't know as to what we'd be going up against in there if we go, and so are you sure?" With Broly responding, "I'd rather go and take my chances out there against him, and so yes, I am sure about going inside to go and see as to what this destroyer wants, and so I'm going in." With Gohan responding,
"Bye.
If that's the case, then I'll be going alongside with you just to be on the safe side, and so let's go." To which, as Broly and Gohan were shown stepping on through, was when Rumi then went on to then chime back in, "Wonderful then, now if you would simply go and follow my lead, then I will take you straight to Lord."
And of course the Sasquatch will be living in the trees and shit, you feel me?
Try not to get lost along the way either, mortals. With Gohan responding, "Well, I hope that whatever this destroyer looks to confront us all about is well worth it, because the energy levels that I'm sensing on this world are all over the place, and they're also pretty massive too." As Vegeta went on to then dash towards the portal in a hurry by then shouting,
"Alright, Ginger Ale, I'm gonna fuck with you."
"Or else the portal that binds these universes will close and we'll lose them both inside of it, Kakarot." "Right, well, sorry for all of the trouble, Jinrei, but thank you so much for healing us. And although we gotta run, we hope to see both you and Lord Grizzlor soon, so take care." Wow, just look at us. We barely made it thanks to you, and so now let's hurry it up and follow them before we
No,
lose
barely
the
made it too, bro.
of this jungle. With Goku responding, well, gosh, hey, take it easy, Vegeta, will ya? I didn't mean to, and besides, they're all right there in front of us anyways, and so let's just trail behind them and see where she goes and takes us. As Gohan then went on to quickly respond, gosh, this jungle is extremely dense. Hey, so being that I was away while all of this
goddamn Sasquatch.
Beerus's planet, does anyone know as to what Lord Primos looks like or anything of the sorts? Do you guys think he really means business, or are we in for something easy out here if push comes to shove? With Goku responding, well, truthfully, me and Broly were the only ones who saw him, and although we're not really certain on how strong this destroyer is going to be, he's certainly without a doubt the biggest and meanest looking one among the bunch. As Angel then went on to quickly respond, well, although I will say that not only is Lord Primos the biggest destroyer among the others, but I would go as far as to say that he is also the strongest among them all too. For he was being just any ordinary god of destruction, for Lord Primos is an alpha destroyer, better known for his ruthless and methodical nature in combat. For every move he makes is very well calculated, along with every tactic meticulously planned for succession, as this itself is what sets him apart in making him one of the most feared beings across the entire multiverse, Rooney adds, for he doesn't truly take kindly to anyone who dares to even remotely try and disrespect him. And while I may not know as to what Lord Primos intends to do with you all now that you're all here, what I will go on and say is that it would be best not to anger Lord Primos, and especially if you
forget that Sasquatch.
I fear that with all that I have heard take place involving you all, I'm almost certain that this won't be the case upon having to confront one another. With Gohan then chiming back in, well, this guy sounds like a whole bag of trouble, but let's just hope that things don't end up getting nasty out here, or else things will go from bad to worse in a matter of moments. But if anything, Broly looks really determined by having to
man, cause that man came at us wrong, bro.
Yeah, well, that's because this god of destruction must have really gotten Broly's attention if he's already shown leading the way like this. And so now how much further do we have to keep walking, Angel? As Angel Rumi then went on to quickly stop by responding, oh, and there you are. Now let's see if I can go and inform him that you are all finally here as he requested. Lord Primos, can you hear me? For it is done, as the Saiyan mortals are all here with me, just as you had requested for me to go and do. And now that they're all gathered together, just as you had intended for them all to be, Rooney continues.
There you go. Goddamn Sasquatch.
You were eating up there, you may go and address them as you wish. With Vegeta responding, wait, so this is Universe 18's God of Destruction?
Yep.
So this was the destroyer that you said had singled out and targeted Broly? With Goku nervously responding, oh yeah, that's him up there, all right. And how could I forget given how big that guy is? For I honestly think that he's the biggest God of Destruction among them all, if I'm being honest.
And that's saying something.
Chiming in.
Cause Reno big, boss, and Grizzlor big ass. You know what I'm saying? Shit, Ferrex is tall though. Ferrex tall. Damn.
Whoa, just look at him. He's massive. And his energy feels very wild on top of it all. And so, what do you think he wants from us, especially while knowing as to where you all would even be? As Primos went on to then look on down by addressing the others and responding, well, would you look at what we have over here? And here I was starting to grow concerned that Lord Grizzlor had already eliminated you little worms before I had the chance in getting my hands on you.
Oh my god, of course.
To see that Beerus's dirty little minions have finally all arrived.
Can never have a normal conversation.
You, the biggest among your group, for I have special plans for you. And now that you are all here, it's time to get down to the bottom of why I had Rooney bring you all into my domain. For
Other Sasquatches?
Crush you all and show that idiot Beerus on just
Who
how
them?
pathetic his mightiest champions truly are. For Beerus had went and drew the line a long time ago, and because of his actions, it'll be his mightiest of champions who will pay the ultimate price.
I don't know about that one, big dog, but two more Sasquatches. What the fuck? Thought y'all was extinct.
So much about how the three of you had went and given the other gods of destruction a good run for their money. Whatever tactics or strategies that you mortals were shown having to used before won't work here, Primos continues. For do you actually believe that your strength within your tiny numbers will be what grants you victory over me? How delusional. As I too have strength in numbers, and unlike your tiny handful of
Sasquatch army, bro.
my numbers are far greater. Yes, and even though I'm a little curious to see on just how skilled you little worms truly are, my primary focus is going to be with you, the Saiyan mortal named Broly. And so prepare yourselves, Saiyans.
I don't think Broly got a chance in hell.
To be your final destination and the very place where you will all be destroyed. As all the while in the meantime, when then venturing back on over into Universe 13, in seeing Universe 13's God of Destruction Reno alongside his angel Pinota were up to, it was only during Reno.
Yeah, first of all, Broly, he got no chance in hell unless he somehow evolves. That man has no chance in hell. That's you know what I'm saying. If he's so the strongest, you know what I'm saying, out the 6, he got no chance in hell. Cause shit, we were struggling against Grizzlor. Yeah, he got no chance. Stuff for that nigga. But now we back to this shit. Boy, put them hands up, little nigga. Oh my god.
Observation upon having to look closer into one of the crystal balls that he was holding was when Reno then went on to chime in. Tell me something, Pinota. For this crystal orb that was given to me by Ferrix is supposed to reveal future events that are said to take place. Yet it goes on to reveal nothing no matter what it is that I try. And so why is that? Is this thing broken or what? Because my patience is starting to slowly run dry, and I am in no mood to play any sort of games with these gods of destruction. And so what's the catch here, Reno questions? Or I was only ever able to look into this thing once after getting some kind of a tournament take place, but after attempting to look further, the images that this orb had been projecting had stopped. And so what exactly happened here? For he doesn't truly think that I wouldn't go and pay him another visit if I find out that this orb is completely defective now, does he? But what's
it's not that deep.
Reno continues, as I surely don't have to do what he said and wait an entire 3 hours for this thing to reboot itself again now, do I? For I want to look more into learning about this Tournament of Power too, and so how can I go and do so without having to wait, Pinota? With Pinota responding, well, unfortunately, Lord Ferrix wasn't lying about the orb's recharge time, and so yes, Pinota responds, for I'm afraid that you'll have to simply go and wait for the orb to be used again after having to recharge. But hold on there for just a moment.
3 goddamn hours down. L orb, man.
We have unexpected visitors, my lord. To which
yes, you do.
Beerus then being shown suddenly having to arrive. This was undoubtedly the last possible thing that Reno had ever expected to have happen, as Reno then went on to look on down by quickly responding, well, look who decided to finally wake up after lying unconscious, Pinota. For you should already know better than to come barging into my universe unannounced like this, and so what?
I know he ain't talking. I know for a fact that nigga is not talking. All you niggas came to my universe unannounced. You know what I'm saying? They didn't bring no gifts, no nothing. Just came unannounced, wanting all the smoke. Bet over old shit.
What's the occasion, Reno questions?
Bet.
Did you come crawling back for another beatdown, Beerus? For I didn't think that you'd be foolish enough to seek me out like this again after what I did to you a few days ago. And so why exactly are you here? And this better be a good one, unless you warrant me having to drop you again like I was shown doing before. And so now cough it up and start talking right now or else. And so now hurry it up and get to it, Destroyer. Well, greetings to you as well, Lord Reno, and you, Sister Pinota, for you know that I just hate having to interrupt, but, well, the matters in which Lord Beerus and I are here within your universe today is in regards to a rematch clause between both Destroyers that was recently just granted and approved by the Grand Minister himself, and so the purpose of our visit here today involves exactly that. We went on to continue, a rematch between Lord Reno and Lord Beerus that was given the green light by the Grand Minister in having it take place here and now between the two, and so that is why we are both here. And on top of it all, since Lord Beerus is more focused now than he ever was prior to facing Lord Reno a few days ago, Lord Beerus was also given approval that if any other gods of destruction were to appear and also want a piece of the action against Lord Beerus, then they are hereby allowed to be
They
given
just
the right
don't
to
know.
do so, since Lord Beerus insists on settling a few things straight here before he and I are shown having to take our leave. And well, since we are both already here and with Lord Beerus already determined and ready to go, Whis continues, and I think it's best if this rematch that he asks for were to be taken seriously and for it to be allowed to take place here and now, unless of course you would prefer to go and directly deal with the Grand Minister himself personally, and so the choice is yours. A rematch? You can't be serious, for you must be out of your
I'm dead ass,
mind,
nigga.
Beerus.
Come on.
How could you possibly think to come back for more after taking the beating that I gave you in front of the other gods of destruction and expect to actually atone for the loss that you have taken? For you'd be a fool to go and challenge me to a rematch, but tell me, because now I want to know. Do you honestly truly think that you can win, or is there something more? Reno questions. Is this some kind of pathetic
Man,
attempt
bring
to
your
try
big
and
ass
save
down
face
here,
in
bro.
order for you to cover up for the embarrassing performance that you displayed against me? As I refuse to take you serious, and so you must be bluffing, because it's a terrible one at that as well, Beerus.
He about to
And
beat
so
the
now
dog
fess up
shit
and
out
tell
this
the
nigga,
truth,
bro.
as
Oh my
Beerus then
god, I
went to
can't wait.
respond. Your skepticism is expected given the history between us, but I can only go as far to assure you here and now that this is not a stunt, Reno. For I am not bluffing, and I am 100% certain that the outcome of our rematch will not be ending in your favor as it did. And in case you don't believe me, then why doesn't your angel go and check to see for you, so that way she may already go and confirm what I'm already here to tell you to your face, Reno. For this is not a joke, and I am in no mood for any of your mind games either, and so you will either get this over
Oh, she about to
with
check.
or
I'm like, oh
forfeit
shit.
against me, as
Beerus?
Reno then went on to respond, oh, spare me the tough talk, for your bravado is both amusing
No,
and
nigga,
also
no.
extremely pitiful.
Then bring your big ass down here and show me something.
To think otherwise, but go ahead and confirm for me if what Beerus is saying to be true, Pinota. For I doubt that he is telling the truth anyways. As Angel Pinota then went on to respond, actually, Lord Reno, and I hate to have to regret to inform you of this, but it would only appear as though my brother's words along with Lord Beerus's on being given the green light for a rematch against you was indeed been given by the Grand Minister just a few hours ago, and from there ordering for the contest to take place immediately. As a shocked Reno
Now bring your big ass. It's gonna be the next episode, huh? God damn it.
So it's true? Everything they said in regards for there to be a rematch held is actually true? But how? And more importantly is that you mentioned immediately, and so how immediate are we talking here, Pinota?
Right now,
From what I
nigga.
can see here, it is said that the moment upon Lord Beerus's arrival, if he just so happens to call for his rematch to happen against you, then that is exactly when and
So
where it
bring
will
your
go and take
big
place
ass
under
down
the
here,
direct
nigga.
Orders of none other than the Grand Minister himself.
He getting impatient. Chill out, Beerus. Chill out. Don't do it to him just yet, bro.
Yes, that's right. For you may have defeated me once, but the defeat that you handed me has only made me stronger, and far stronger than you can ever possibly begin to imagine. For the monster that had slumbered deep within me has now fully awakened, Beerus continues, as in the end it was all thanks to you, for it's my thirst for revenge and my urge to break you in half that drive me, Reno. But I do have to thank you for giving me the wake-up call that I needed in order to see the bigger picture here, but heed my warning here and now, Destroyer, for the power that you are about to witness will be a power that is so great and so far beyond your understanding that it will redefine the very meaning itself of what it means to wield the title of a god of destruction forever. And so now, whenever you are ready, let's go and settle
Get
the
your
score
big
between
ass
us
down here,
once
nigga.
and for all,
Come on,
Destroyer.
Rocky,
As
Reno
it was
Lesnar.
only right then and there now, during that moment,
Yeah,
the
man.
Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of the resurrected fallen gods of destruction, the Universe 18 saga manga chapter.
This would be so satisfying, bro. Oh my
Number 1
god.
special then comes to a close. Well, actually,
This is gonna be so goddamn satisfying. This is gonna be so damn satisfying. What the fuck? Oh, never mind. Never mind. Oh my god. Oh yeah, I gotta start watching that shit too, bro. The Goku Black stuff. Oh man. No. The rematch. Oh my god, I cannot wait to see that shit. Oh, Reno. All you other silly goofy ass niggas, pull up. Pull up. Y'all want smoke? Here I am. Come on, come and get it. Get it while it's hot. Oh no. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see this shit. I cannot fucking. Beerus, let them know who you are. Show them who you are. Type beat. You feel me? I cannot wait to see that shit. And yeah, again, Primo's the Sasquatch, and he got 2 more Sasquatches. Oh lord. Man, he supposed to be the strongest out of the 6. Man. Thank God Gohan here, cause Lord help, they had no chance in hell. I feel like. I think they got a cooldown with the fusion too, so they can't infuse even if they wanted to. So yeah, thank God Gohan here. Thank God. Oh man, cause Broly, I know he won't smoke with you. You won't smoke with him, but you're not ready for that smoke. You feel me? You gotta go train, bro. You ain't trained not a lick during this whole ordeal. Even if y'all just got healed, y'all not ready for this, bro. Oh my god. How strong the other 2 Sasquatch is gonna be? Lord have mercy. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this reaction, hit the video up with a like, comment down below, and subscribe. Go to 3K, so guys subscribe, hit the bell. Right on Patreon, Twitter, and channel, link in the description down below. Subscribe to Alex, get up to 2 million subscribers. Yeah, y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.